While the mighty Persian Empire stretched across the Middle East, a new power was quietly rising in the scattered islands and peninsulas of the Aegean Sea. Small city-states, fiercely independent and constantly at war with each other, were about to shape the destiny of the ancient world. This is the story of Greece rising from chaos to greatness. Greece is a land of mountains and seas, of hidden valleys and thousands of islands. This unique geography profoundly shaped its people. Isolated communities developed independently, giving birth to the famous city-states, or polis. Imagine each polis as its own tiny country. Each had its own government, its own army, and its own laws. We have Athens, Sparta, Corinth, Thebes. All were separate worlds, yet they all shared the same culture, language, and myths. This common heritage created a unique bond, a sense of being Greek even amidst fierce rivalries. This was a world defined by the sea. The Greeks were master sailors, and the Mediterranean was their highway. Trade flourished across its vast expanse. Greek colonies stretched from Asia Minor, modern-day Turkey, all the way to Sicily and southern Italy. They weren't just shipping goods, they were exporting a civilization. Knowledge, art, and groundbreaking ideas moved faster than armies ever could, creating a network of culture and influence that laid the foundation for the Western world. Among the hundreds of city-states, two powers stood out, representing two very different sides of the Greek soul: Athens and Sparta. Sparta was a militaristic society, a nation of warriors. From early childhood, its citizens were forged into soldiers, disciplined, ruthless, and fanatically loyal to the state. Life was a constant boot camp, dedicated to creating the most feared fighting force in the ancient world. Athens, on the other hand, was Sparta's polar opposite. It was a city that valued knowledge, philosophy, and art above all else. This was the birthplace of democracy, where citizens had a voice in their government. It was home to brilliant thinkers like Socrates and Plato, artists who created timeless sculptures, and architects who designed magnificent structures like the Parthenon. Athens was a beacon of intellectual and cultural light. Together, these two great rivals represented the dual nature of Greek civilization. Sparta embodied strength, order, and military might, while Athens championed intellect, creativity, and the pursuit of knowledge. It was this tension between war and culture, between the soldier and the scholar, that made ancient Greece so dynamic and so influential. Their legacies, though contrasting, would both leave an indelible mark on history. To fuel their ambitions, the Greeks looked beyond their rocky shores. An era of colonization began, spreading their influence far and wide. Ambitious sailors and settlers left Greek ports, establishing new cities across the Mediterranean and Black Sea. These colonies weren't just outposts. They became bustling hubs of trade and culture. Places like Syracuse in Sicily or Miletus in Asia Minor became as Greek as Athens itself. This expansion created a vast economic network. Ships laden with Greek olive oil, wine, and finely crafted pottery sailed to distant lands, returning with grain, timber, and precious metals like gold. This incredible flow of goods created immense wealth. This economic boom transformed Greece, funding the construction of magnificent temples, the creation of powerful armies, and the financing of ambitious public projects. It fostered a confident, ambitious civilization, one that was now ready to challenge even the mightiest empires of the day. Yet, for all their shared culture, the Greek city-states were almost never truly united. Their fierce independence and pride fueled constant rivalries and conflict. The history of this period is filled with wars between neighbors. Sparta fought Athens in the devastating Peloponnesian War. Corinth battled Thebes for regional dominance. Alliances were made and broken in the blink of an eye. They were a fractured people, often their own worst enemy. But then, a colossal threat emerged from the east. The Persian Empire, the largest the world had ever seen, turned its gaze westward. The first spark of resistance came from the Greek cities in Ionia on the coast of modern-day Turkey. When they revolted against Persian rule, Athens and other mainland cities sent aid. This act of defiance marked a turning point. For the first time, these squabbling city-states faced a common enemy too big for any one of them to handle alone. A fragile, unprecedented sense of unity began to form. Greece was awakening as a collective force, small, divided, but fiercely determined to remain free. Beyond the battlefield, Greece was experiencing a cultural and intellectual explosion that was just as revolutionary as its military tactics. In Athens, the radical idea of democracy rule by the people was taking root. Philosophers were asking fundamental questions about the universe, ethics, and the nature of reality. Science and mathematics flourished, with thinkers making discoveries that are still relevant today. The arts reached new heights, with playwrights like Sophocles creating timeless dramas and sculptors perfecting the human form. This intellectual ferment wasn't separate from their military prowess. It was intertwined with it. The Greeks applied reason and strategy to warfare. Their warriors, the hoplites, trained not just for mindless conquest, but for the organized defense of their homes, their cities, and their ideals. By combining intellect with strategy and culture with courage, the Greeks were transforming. They were no longer just a collection of scattered city-states. They were becoming a civilization capable of changing the world. From scattered hills and islands, a civilization of thinkers and warriors rose to challenge empires. Its people, its culture, and its fierce spirit of independence would soon be put to the ultimate test. They were on a collision course with the greatest empire of the ancient world, Persia. But that epic confrontation is a story for our next episode. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.